Welcome everybody to another Real Livability podcast. My name is Emily, and I'll be the host today of the show. And so this podcast was started a few years ago by Kurt Roscoff and one of our partners, Microsoft of Transforming Media, and out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And at the same time, I also created the Real Livability Podcast Network, which the show and the other show that we do, or host, and other shows that we've been helping out with are a part of. And so this show was launched on July 26th, 2020, which was the 30th anniversary of the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA, by then President George H.W. Bush. And so this show is from we're here every Saturday at 1:00 p.m. Central. And we go for a couple hours, and it is set up to be a open house. So anybody come in whenever they are able to join us, as well as having excuse me, having a free flowing conversation over the course of the couple hours. And so everybody is welcome to join us. And so I have a Heller playing here. So but bring it up, and we have a few great guests that are coming on today. At some point during the next couple of hours. And so it should be a good show. But anyway, so I was saying, I have a right here, we're gonna talk about a few of the things we have going on here. Here's contact information for anybody who would like to but yeah, so here's but yeah, here's my contact information. Anybody who would like to connect with me. And Kurt, Sue, and I are a part of the Happy Neighborhood Project, and we are three of us co-hosts of the Wisconsin, Minnesota event that is on Tuesdays. Tuesdays at 1 o'clock Central. And the Happy Neighborhood Project has been a great group to be a part of. Have met a lot of different people around the world. Through this. I mean, as far away as Australia. As Australia and the UK. There are people here in the United States. So it was initially started in 2009 by a guy named Edwin, who is originally from Nigeria, but is currently in California. And it was started. It was an in-person event. Just one single in-person event. And then in March of 2020, when the COVID pandemic hit, it transferred over to Zoom, and that's when it kind of blew up to having many different events. And around the world, I think at our peak, we are at 75 meetings or different events. Oh, and looks like we have our first person on here.
Hey, Emily. Hey, Kurt. I just popped on to tell you that I will not be attending today. I'm having a horrible allergy attack. I sneeze every minute, and I promised Kurt that I'd come and do a demonstration of Magi and all the great things they do, but I am not up for it today. So I don't ever no show. So I will be leaving right like in 30 seconds. But are you doing this? Are you doing it again next week?
Yes, we do it every Saturday on the same link, then same time, same link.
Tell
So you're welcome back.
Same link. I will be here Saturday when I'm feeling like a human being. But right now I'm going to go.
No worries. You're welcome back anytime, Dave.
If any of my guests who I invited pop in and say, "Where's Oz? Where's that demonstration?" Just tell them I'm sick and I'll be here next week.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, then it was good to see Oz. Yeah. Hopefully we will see him back here next week. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying here. Back to my PowerPoint. So this is a great thing. We started a co-op in 2021, and we are now up to 4,400 members, and which is awesome. And for members, our goal is to get up to 10,000. And so everybody is invited to join the co-op. And so the Happy Neighborhood Project is has a couple of big events every year. And one of them is just coming up here in like a week or two here, October 6th, which is the Global Happiness Summit. And there's gonna be like different, and then in March, there's the International Day of Happiness. And at both things there are will be speakers and networking, speed networking, different vendors, different prizes or giveaways. I'm sure other things. So they're both been to both of them and been awesome. So, and that cost is only $10 this year, and it's not gonna go up. It has in the past, but it's gonna stay at $10 to attend, and it is going to be on the platform Hopin. So I encourage everybody to register to attend and create your Hopin account or profile and attend. And it's $100 to be a vendor. And anyway, and so yeah, Evan was recognized by the United Nations in 2014 for all of his work in global happiness. And he went out on the streets to and talked to over 1,000 people about happiness. And so this is a great event. I encourage everybody to check out. And so we have other we have this show, and then we have other shows that we have here. Ability MK Now is our radio show. Then Kurt started, I think, about 7 years or so now ago. And it is a 29-minute show. That is more or less led by Kurt's wife Sue. There's the conversation and so on. And it is and it looks like I'll get back to that as we have been on. So Marianne coming and stepping in for a second, but it's like she's not here anymore. But anyway, so I guess back to there we go. We have this Marianne coming on here. Hi, Marianne.
Hi, I'm gonna let you guys do all the talking in the show today. I'm resting. Yeah, maybe joining. You got somebody on, you said.
Actually, he came on here and actually isn't going to be. He came on here and is going to be coming on next week now because his allergies are really bothering him. So, anyway, then I know we have somebody coming in like 45 minutes. And I'm not sure when the other person is coming on. So anyway,
Well, I just got in, so I have to get ready. So
and that's fine. Whenever you're ready to share about your books and your project and everything else, just let me know.
all right. Contact Leon. I know he was gonna try and join.
Yes, I sent him the link several hours ago.
I'm gonna try and go on the laptop. So because I don't want to be on this rabbit thing. I'm on the iPhone. Let me see how much battery life I have.
But anyway, as Marianne is getting situated. We are going to keep going here. So the ability MKE now shows every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central. And there's a 29-minute show that's connected with River West Radio, which is a community radio station in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So between this one, we're hosting and Ability MK now, and the overall theme is disability advocacy, but one wouldn't necessarily need to say worry about that unless you have a connection with that you want to talk about. A lot of it is more about who you are, what you do, and helping promote your organization. And so I'd love to have everybody on this one show if you are interested. Now these next few are podcasts that we are run by other people that we're just helping out with. blue collar crypto, is, the show of Tim Trojan, who we met through, a non-profit called Onward and Upward. That helps the homeless population and veterans with finding employment and housing, and so on. And so Tim's show is all about cryptocurrency for and for blue collar workers. And so the show is on every Sunday at 4 and 6. And we have the Monday Mission podcast, which is the podcast of Project Die Hard, which is a veteran-owned, veteran-run nonprofit out of Paducah, Kentucky. And they are all about helping veterans, bringing hope to veterans, and helping combat the military suicide rate that seems to be going in the right direction. And so the show is being launched on November 6th. On just over a month. And we have Zeta, who is has World of Women, and Zeta is a nurse, midwife, who is in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and she is the World of Women podcast, which is now every first Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m. Central, and all about women and children, babies, being a midwife, anything associated with and pregnancy and that whole situation. And then we have Marilyn Lemaire with the World of Nutrition. And so it's the second Friday of the month at 1 Central, or 1 o'clock Hawaii time, since Marilyn is in Hawaii. And they talk about nutrition and other healthy lifestyle kinds of things. And we have helped uh, Jennifer A. Whitaker, or Jaw. JW are her initials. And she has like 6 different shows under this Jaw's Coffee Show title, including like mental health awareness, Curry's Talk, Follow Your Dreams, and a few others. She's out of in Texas. And then something we've been doing for like every single day for the past few years here is what's called the 12 o'clock shakedown, which is 15 minutes of music and motion. That starts every day at 12 o'clock noon Central Time. And the shakedown was started in the spring of 2020 by someone here in Madison, Wisconsin, who has multiple sclerosis. And when the pandemic hit, we kind of sit around not doing too much really kind of affected him. So he decided to start doing this. A couple of friends, and it's been going ever since. Yeah, Sue, no, I was kind of leading in for this number of months here, but instead of the person who originally started it, but because of schedule changes. But we do every single day, we do live stream it to Facebook. So we encourage everybody to join us, whether that's is watching or doing the live stream on Facebook, or if you're looking to have a group who joins or us together on Zoom, you're going to join us on Zoom. So we could get you the link for that. We also are partnered up with another person in the Happy Neighborhood Project named Matt, who has this virtual platform called Easy Expo. And it is a virtual platform where you're gonna have like a virtual booth. And like a booth like at a conference. But that's just like you can have it year round, not just a day or a few days, or how long the conference would be. And you sign up as a attendee and be able to and have your booth, but sign up as an attendee and be able to chat with other people that are on the platform as well, and see if the other booths and what other people have on their booth. Which can include like your logo, any videos, any like announcements, any links to like your website or social media pages or anything like that. And we are also a part of the Mutual Aid Network, which is kind of another economic type solution. about helping people, not necessarily always through financially. But they had like a couple different meetings during the week. And that gonna be a part of, and you can put your anything you're offering or looking for on like a marketplace. So anybody anything for help. And we are also part of Big County Helpopedia, which is a organization that is helping high school and college age students and their families. With helping us gain into college or find employment or anything kind of involved with high school and teenage or high school and college age things. And then I am part of the Autism Society of South Central Wisconsin. And the last number of months we've been planning our 5th annual integral conference, Autism conference. That is going to be coming up here on November 4th. Everybody is welcome to participate in that as well. So other is a few things that we have going on here as of late. But so since we have Marianne here, Marianne, would you like to say anything about so Marianne is another person we met through the Happy Neighborhood Project. And she is an author, app game developer, some language interpreter, and that's so on. So Marianne, would you like to say anything about your project? You have any going on or any updates, that kind of thing? You there?
Hi, Emily. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, thank you for hosting this Saturday show, the World of Ability. We have exciting guests that'll be coming on, joining us later. I'm the author of the Acts of Kindness book series, featuring 200 folk Manus puppets. My books are written for animation movies with sign language characters, and a soundtrack by Lucy and the Perfect Wave. And we had some good news this week. We got contacted by Ocean Cleanup Organization because we'd like to write the climate change book with them. So we are going to be working on that and updating some of the books so we can bring them into 30 different languages and sitting here, relaxing here in San Carlos, Mexico, and air conditioning with the TV on with waves. So it's cooling down out there a little bit. So anyway, that's what we're up to. So Leanne McLaughlin is bringing filters to Clean Water Foundation to Maui schools and other organizations, and hopefully he'll be joining us as well. So that was a great chalkboard you have, Emily, there of all the different events that are happening. So thank you so much for doing all that amazing work. Yeah, so great. Yeah, so that's Donors Choose. That's a listing of the Milwaukee school teachers that are looking for donations. Well, actually, they requested books or products or items for their classrooms. And that's the Milwaukee area. So these are teachers requesting. So if anybody's watching and listening, you can go to Donors Choose and help support a classroom.
That's cool. Do I know anybody like how you got started with Donors Choose or anything like that?
No, we just applied for the books to go to Pop-Up Books, so hopefully they'll accept us and get the books up there.
So how did you get started with Donors Choose?
Well, a classroom teacher in Hawaii, a retired teacher, introduced me to Donors Choose, and she requested 50 books, and she got funded 2 weeks. So I went out and book signed for them, and the kids were entertained and read the books for Ocean Cleanup and really enjoyed it. So we have the Rabbit Acts of Kindness book that's available for October is Anti-Bullying Month. And we're working on the climate change book.
So how many books do you, anybody know like how many books and stuff do you have so far? I think you have a few of them, right?
Yes. And we have coloring books. So yes, everybody can go visit the website. It's actsofkindnessseries.com.
Did you say anything about kind of what the other books are about, or?
Well, the first book is Underwater Acts of Kindness. It's written for the Animal Planet TV show Tank. And the sea creatures tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. And second book is Harry the Hard of Hearing Rabbit, who has a sign language character, Chicken, and Eve the finger spelling bumblebee. And we have a short book called Pono the Hawaiian Polo Pony, and we have Cool Acts of Kindness featuring Waterflow the Whale with Leanne McLaughlin. Is Waterflow for the Love of Water. And she did a fundraiser down in Sedona, Arizona. And they did an amazing event there.
Yes. wondering how their event went. Hope it went well too.
Yes. So what events have you been doing with Happy Neighborhood Projects, Emily? What groups are? I know there's a book lovers club on Thursday. What are some of the other cities that you've been in going to in Happy Neighborhood Projects?
Well, I mean, co-host for the Wisconsin Minnesota one on Tuesdays. But then I've been going to quite a few of them, like the Caribbean, Michigan, the Mocan group, like New York. There are a few other ones I'm not thinking of at the moment, but yeah, into different different ones. Since there is quite a few of them. I think we're at about around 50 events right now. So I encourage everybody to join us. Be cool, since the neighborhood project is it's been a wonderful group. I've met many people that I'm sure wouldn't have met otherwise if it wasn't for the Happy Neighborhood Project. So there've been very few people who've increased their number of contacts by a lot just through the Happy Neighborhood Project. So so it's one way to be able to meet new people and maybe may lead to new collaborations and new opportunities that one may not have ever had before, and which is usually a good thing. So anyway, so I know, Marianne, you and I have been on a few of the same ones, but like what other ones have you been on?
I've been on a couple different ones, the Book Lovers, Canadian Women's, South Florida, Interacting North Carolina, Lawrence Wingate Studios, who sponsors this show. So thank you, Lawrence Wingate. I spoke with a gentleman from India who gave me some great reviews on the book of how to change a few formats and fonts in the book. So we're working on that. So it's a great opportunity to met with other people and get feedback and advice. And we have the Apple app games being in review also. So we have the books, the coloring books, the app games, and the finger spelling alphabets. And we've been evaluated by Trevor Gibbs from the ADA to make sure the website is compliant. So all websites need to be ADA compliant. If not, you can receive up to a $75,000 fine.
Oh, so we have. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, I'm actually at the Shakespeare Festival in Oregon.
Oh, that's fun.
As Lindor, it is, and somebody that was performing yesterday, and I thought, there you are. Someone who was performing yesterday that I thought definitely need to connect you guys. They have something. They have something they call danceability, and you know, and it almost sounded like Kurt talking. You know, the guy saying like, all people are people, you know, like labels are for stars, not people, and then everybody can dance. And
I like
so,
dancing.
and he gets these like beautiful, graceful dancers and dancing with people that have like this one girl, she might have had cerebral palsy, something like that, you know. And someone else who was like kind of like midget from Asian country. And but the way people worked together is it's a lot of closeness, a lot of affection, and a lot of beauty moving to music, and it's really beautiful. So I took videos, and I thought, yeah, it would be great to try to share them on the show. So I wonder if I send them to, if I just message some of the videos to you, maybe you could use them. Yeah, and I asked the guy, he said that would be fine.
Yeah, if you send them to me, and could figure out how we could use them and that kind of thing. So
Okay, so I'll do that. I'll do that right now because I took a bunch of videos. Okay,
good, yeah.
thank
Awesome.
you.
How's the Shakespeare Festival? How did you
Oh, it's
find out about that?
definitely, yeah, it's great. Anybody could come to it. I definitely recommend it. You know, they combined sorry, like Shakespeare themes with modern day like Rent, you know, the play Rent.
Do they have, do they have like different speakers, or what kind of things that they have?
It's just like this magical little town, and it's like theater after theater after theater. And the
Oh.
last time we were here, they also had the International Film Festival, and then all these tea houses, and it's so beautiful here. So I'll send you pictures, and I'll send you some of the videos and information for the dance ability. Because this guy, like he loved dance. When he was young, he loved dance. And then thank you.
You're welcome.
And then he felt like Kurt. He felt like he put something out, and he said, like, anybody can dance and everybody can dance. And he opened up for a dance happening for anybody and everybody, and over 100 people showed up.
Wow.
And that's how this started. Okay, I'll try to send it to you now. My camera.
Right, sorry. All right, so that was Barbara, everybody. Man, what do you think of that? That's pretty cool. Dance ability. Right? Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, just the whole thing with yeah, not a. Well, all right then. So, everybody, yeah. So, in terms of I mean, everybody has their own ability. That's the way everybody can do it the same way everybody else can, but they're just failed to get to the way they to be able to be good, so they're able to do it as well. And so first and then I am going to show everybody here. So one of the other thing that we have coming up here is that this coming Tuesday and 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern. We are going to be having a posting party in connection with the Mutual Aid Network. And one of our mentors with the Happy Neighborhood Project is Kathy Weaver, who's going to be doing the posting party for us. For those of you who have never heard of a posting party or never been to one, it is basically where even some other people are on, let's say, like Zoom, like Zoom, and you make a post on, say, LinkedIn or something, and then we share that post with the other people that are with you and with you, and the other people in the group are able to come and share and so on your post. It is a way to get more exposure to your post and more exposure, more people seeing it, and and to increase numbers or increase and or just increasing exposure in general of what your post and your profile and what you're trying to put out there. Um, and so I've had this before. I think we're gonna alluded to it. Be have give special thanks to Marcus Hart, Transforming Media, Zach Clayton of the Peck Channel, and Lawrence Wingate of Wingate Studios. To special recognition and thanks to those three for their support of our shows and replaying our shows on their platforms. And so I think what I'd sort of like to do is maybe show everybody I think we maybe there's one person coming on here shortly I believe, but I think one of like same offer to show everybody here. A couple websites here for our here. You're comfortable Updates here. So look the mutual aid network website. As well as because Earth is and everybody and you have a sign up as a member to the Happy Neighborhood Co-op. You get a link to what's sort of called as like a back office, and says where you can there's several different things. Here you can see where the meetings that you have registered for. And anytime you go to anytime you go to any like HMP event, or you're able to receive points. And so this is one of your points I have so far. And so we also have you also have special links, or you'd call like a magic link, to share with other people that you know, for them to attend to, or like the links to like different events, or to sign up for like the co-op, or anything like that. So these are your magic links down here at the bottom. And it looks like we have Mr. Our other person. Kevin's here. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, just enjoying this beautiful rainy hurricane tropical storm weather that we're having.
Oh, so for everybody out there, I met Kevin through the Happy Neighborhood Project. And so Kevin, would you like to so would you like to maybe say a little bit about who you are, what you do, introduce yourself to
Sure. My name is Kevin Dunlap. I currently live in Raleigh, North Carolina. Moved here about a year and a half ago after living for 18 years in a little town out west called Las Vegas, Nevada. Since moving to Raleigh, I actually started a new business where I work with other entrepreneurs and helping them with their business. I do that through my consulting business, my consulting coaching business, as well as through many of our online programs that I've created. And yeah, I've been doing that for about 1.5 years now.
So what's like the consulting business, like what are some of the like projects or
With entrepreneurs, mainly solopreneurs, like say real estate agents, other coaches, trainers, people that have an industry expert in something where they are knowledgeable and they want to actually create a business around that, where they want to share that knowledge with the rest of the world. And yeah. And yeah, I mean, I enjoy doing that because I know when I started my first business back in 1999, I did not really know what I was doing. And if I would have took on a mentor or a coach back then, I feel I would have gotten a lot more done, a lot more quickly, rather than doing rather than trying to figure it out on my own and try to learn through trial and error. And anything else you'd like to know?
so I'm just trying to think here. So like what kind of inspired the move from Nevada to where you are right now?
Yes, I lived in Vegas for 18 years. When I was out there, I had a real estate consultation business where I helped people that were not able to get into a home, or at least the first 8 years, that were not able to get into a home. I helped them move into a home that they would eventually buy through either my lease option or rent to own program, or through some form of seller financing. The reason I did that was because Las Vegas is a very transient town. There's a lot of people that come there from somewhere else, and many times they were not able to get a loan because they didn't have the 2-year job history, or they didn't have the credit, or even after the housing crunch, they had a foreclosure, or they may have had a short sale or something like that on their credit. So I was helping them get into the home that they would eventually buy.
I'm sure yeah, it's very happy people getting into are able to get a house once after you help them, right?
Yes, I mean, I would help them get into that home, and then I would help them start going through a credit repair process so that they would be able to qualify within the next 1 to 2 years. And one of my clients that I helped him get into a house, we ended up doing 8 transactions with him on 3 houses, all of which that he actually lived in. So even on his first house that he owned, we did 4 transactions on that one house. I helped him do a lease option to move in, helped him buy the house, helped him do a lease option when he went to another house, and that option did not work out. And then I helped him sell that house. And then I did 3 more transactions on his second house, and then he moved into a $1.5 million house where I helped him buy that house. So over the course of 7 or 8 years, I helped him do 8 transactions on 3 houses. Which, I mean, it was great seeing him grow. Because the first time I met up with him, he had 1 Boost mobile store. And then when we were doing another transaction, he was at 7. And then we moved into when he was selling his second house, he had 21 Boost mobile stores. And then when he actually closed on the final house, he had actually sold all of those Boost mobile stores. So it was just seeing that entrepreneur going from 1 to 3 to 7 to 21 stores. I mean, it was phenomenal. He was by far best client, and it was a very strong inspiration.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, like, what do you mean by like a transaction? Is that like, what exactly do you mean by like a transaction? Is that where like money is exchanged, or is it like some other kind of?
Well, when somebody does something on a house, or buy a house, sells a house, becomes a landlord, or does a rental, or does a lease option, those are all just different kinds of transactions. So all that means is that's an agreement between two parties that involve real estate is put under contract, and then it is completed. So that's what I mean by a transaction.
Yeah, okay. I was just curious. And for anybody who didn't know that. But let me think. So so we are both part of the Happy Neighborhood Project. Now, how
Yes, we
did
are.
you find out about the Happy Neighborhood Project? Or what intrigued you to start coming, or anything like that?
I forget who's the one that told me about it, but they told me about it, and then I went to go check out their meeting website, and I saw that they had like 30 plus meetings every week. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, so I saw there was a North Carolina one, so I ended up joining that maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. That would have been like mid-August of 2023. And then I met Kurt, and he told me about doing the orientation one, which I did. And then I find out there's a worldwide one that meets on Friday. So I've been going to those. I actually went to the one that was on yesterday, and then I got a notification that I was supposed to be on a podcast. So I quickly logged out and logged into the podcast at like 3 minutes late. But I do try to go to at least the North Carolina one and or the worldwide one at least once a week.
Yeah, well, like,
And I found it to be beneficial, and that's how you and I met. That's how I became a guest on your show. If I had not been part of HNP, I would not have done that. I have met other people that have showed me other things that is actually definitely helping me grow my business. So I'm very happy to have be part of that organization.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely good organization.
Now, I'm assuming you've been involved for quite a while, because I think when I logged on, I saw you had like over 7,000 points, which I know you don't get that many points in a week.
Oh, yeah, so yeah, I've been involved for the last like few years now, but
Awesome.
it's and I've been a co-host for the Wisconsin Minnesota group. Yeah, so yeah, it's a great group to certainly increase your contacts. And now I see that we have Leon on here. Hi, Leon.
Hey, how's it going, Emily?
Good. How are you?
Everything's going great.
So Leon meet Kevin. Kevin meet Leon.
Good afternoon, Leon.
Good
Leon,
afternoon.
would you like to introduce yourself, say who you are, what you do, and add updates on your event you just had, and anything else?
Yeah, my name is Leon McLaughlin, CEO of the Clean Water Foundation. We just had an unbelievable, beautiful event in Sedona, Arizona, for Water
Sedona.
for Children for the Hopi and Navajo Reservation. And we had the leaders from the reservation come down. They spoke about the water crisis there, and what we will all be doing to help them bring clean, fresh drinking water to the children and their families, how we're going to start doing more fundraisers to put water filters in their homes because their water got contaminated with like uranium, arsenic, and a lot of other viruses and contaminants because of the mining companies that was mining there. And then when they stopped mining, all that contaminants went back into the aquifers where they were taking the water from. And so now they need special filters, they need a treatment plant. The companies never gave them funds to do that. It's just that they mine and put all these contaminants in their pristine water and then left. So that was
Now, do you live in Sedona?
No, I don't. I live in Seattle, but we went out there to meet the tribe who's in Arizona. Their reservation is in Arizona. The first Mesa, second Mesa, third Mesa. So they're out there by Flagstaff. But the event was in Sedona. So it was close to them. So it's like, I think about maybe 2 hours from the reservation to Sedona. But Sedona is so musical and magical and beautiful. It was the best place ever to have a fundraiser at. And we had this mansion donated to us for the fundraiser. And next year, we will be having a resort donating our fundraiser for next year called the Briars Patch. And it's one of the #1 places in Sedona. And the owner of the resort was there and was so touched by what the leaders were saying about what they went through, because they basically don't deal with the outside world. And now we will be like a voice for them, because basically the Hopi tribe, they believe in praying and protecting Mother Earth. So they're not really talking about the issues because they're very peaceful people. So it's great that now they're going to use us as a voice to talk about their issues and problems and the water crisis. And so one of the owners that was at the event of the Briars Patch is going to donate their resort to us. And we had great music. We had drum lessons where we were learning how to play the drums. It was an epic event. So yeah.
I lived in Las Vegas for 18 years, and for about 4 years, my best friend, she moved from Vegas to Sedona. So I've been there quite a few times, and it is a magical place. And if you've never been there, there's a lot of things that they call vortices out there. So that a lot of people do energy work. So it is a very spiritual place. And it's about like an hour and a half from Flagstaff. Now, if you go into Flagstaff from Sedona, if you were Elena, if you drove that road, there's about 3 miles that have so many switchbacks. It could be a little bit of a treacherous drive.
Okay, yeah, because we flew in to Phoenix and then drove from Phoenix to Sedona. Okay. So we went up done that the mountain, that route, yeah. But the tribe came in on the route that you were talking about, because they're out there in the reservation close to Flagstaff. And so they sent some of those pictures, especially at night. It looked like it was pitch black when they were sending some of the pictures. But you can really see the
I would not drive that road at night. I refuse to drive that road at night.
See there? And you're a pro. You said, I refuse to drive that road at night.
Now, if you came in the other way, then you probably came through like Jerome.
Yeah, I came in from Phoenix straight up the hill. We came from Phoenix straight up the hill to Sedona that way. I think because I seen signs of Prescott as we were going up the hill, Cottonwood.
Yep.
We came that route. Yeah. But
that's a very scenic route as well, because I've been both ways.
Okay, but I did see what you were talking about. And when they were showing me those pictures and it was pitch black, I was like, oh my God. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
No, what they call it, no street lights and street lamps or highway lights
No
on the
street
highway.
lights, and I don't even know if they even have guardrails. But I mean, because
Wow.
you're driving on the side of a mountain, so you when I say switchbacks, I'm talking about constantly doing 180-degree turns.
Wow,
So
that's
it's
serious.
on
Like
very
a
sharp
snake,
roads for like 3 miles.
like a snake. Yep, yep.
Yes,
Even going up the
absolutely.
mountain, I witnessed that, but it was daytime. So, and we did see a truck turn over, so that was serious.
Oh,
As we were going down the hill.
my friend flipped her Jeep on in that area, I believe, a few years ago.
Wow. Wow. Because we did see, so we were driving very careful by being new, to the road.
Oh,
But I
yeah,
did see a truck flip over, a big truck, a big semi.
yeah. For me driving it, I'm usually driving at least 10 miles an hour below the speed limit.
Yep. Yep. But it was well worth the trip, to
Mhm.
meet the leaders and for them to tell us, the situation with the mining companies polluting the water, and for
Mhm.
us to do a bundle package to say, because trust is a really serious thing there. So for them to trust us to say, you know what, we're gonna work with you guys to fundraise and bring water, to the reservation. I think that was a good thing. Even though they're getting a pipeline, but the water is still contaminated, because they had some pristine water, and then all of a sudden these mining companies came in, took their water, and used the coal as a pipeline for coal to go to like energy for Nevada, California, but it took their water from those coal mines and uranium mines. So
Okay.
it was unbelievable. But we had a great time, learned how to play the drums. They taught us songs, to sing in the native languages. And we just had a wonderful, wonderful time. And to be able to represent them and put this program together was absolutely fantastic.
Well, thank you for the work that you're doing.
Yeah, we're at www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. If anyone would like to join us, artists, because we had some great artists, or like to donate. Each machine costs like $150 because we got to deal with the manufacturers. Can provide 50 people with water. The machine lasts for 30 years. You change the filter after 10,000 gallons of water has been used. And the replacement filters cost $50. They normally would cost $250, but the manufacturers gave us a great deal. Like I said, the water unit normally costs $600. We get it for $150. The replacement filters normally cost $250. We get it for $50. So if anybody would like to donate, they get a tax write-off because we're a 501c3, or join us in any kind of way. I know they said they needed a truck because they're doing wood, because they still burn wood in the home, to keep it warm. And it is wintertime, so they need a truck to haul wood. So if anybody got a truck they would like to donate, that would be great. So yeah, they gave us the information to put the word out, which I'm honored to do, to tell the outside world the situation and the help that they need.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah. And hope you guys can make it to our next event next year, at the Briars Patch. You can Google the Briars Patch, Sedona. It's got a creek there, which is pretty cool because, water in the desert is really precious. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place. So if you'd like to join us next year, come and join us. And it was a total successful event.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Lynn, for all of that.
Thank you, Emily.
I see that we have Barbara back. Hi, Barbara.
So,
You're there. There we go.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I said, welcome back.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Did you get the videos? I sent them both to your email and to your message. And
Nope.
I don't know. Yeah, and I can introduce what they're about. I mean, it was that the music was great. I mean, I just saw some beautiful dancing, but you know, the idea that anyone who wants to can dance. And they had people who were blind being part of the dance group, and people, one person, well, he had like one real leg, part of the dance group, but with people working together and helping each other, you know, they could all like move to the music and be really beautiful, you know, and help each other stand or help each other. You saw it work, you know, you saw how beautiful it is when people are united like that.
Barbara, do you wanna, we have, Kevin and Leon here now. Do you wanna say anything about, what you sent me?
Mhm.
To them?
Well, what it is, this is a group, when I heard the man talking who created this, like something like over 20 years ago, 30 years ago, he was someone who loved to dance. And then he heard one of his teachers say anyone could dance. And he started thinking about, you know, what that could mean. So he put ad out saying, you know, he was gonna have like, you know, dance studio and anyone could come and dance. And 100 people showed up the first time. And, you know, people that use crutches or people, anyone who wants to dance can be part of this dance group because you have so many beautiful dancers who figure out ways to include everybody and people, whatever they can do, and have it like really look beautiful and move to the music. And they're called, and it's funny because they're called dance abilities. And when this guy was talking, he sounded so much like Kurt Roscoff, who was saying how it bothered him that his friend, who I forget what his different ability was about, but he could ski. And then Kurt realized it was just like a prejudice that was making it so this guy wasn't allowed to ski with everyone else. So this guy started dance abilities. And so I have some videos of the people dancing together. This is just simple as danceability.org. And I think there's also a Danceability International right now. And yeah, the music was perfect. You know, they have their musicians and their dancers, and they're all teachers, and they're all choreographers who are in this danceability performance. And yeah, so I got really excited and wanted to share. And I thought, you know, this, I was telling them about this program and that, you know, somehow connecting everybody. So did I express that clearly, Emily? Do you think?
I think so. What do you guys
Any
think about that?
questions?
Yeah, you know, that's so amazing what she's saying, because when we were learning how to play the drums, I had never played a drum, you know, like how they do on the reservation. And when they was teaching us how to do it, it was totally amazing. And you look and you learn and you get the feeling and even the movements. So I think she's right that anyone can do anything if you're taught.
And if people are helping each other,
And the people
There's
helping
one
each other,
girl.
that's exactly right.
like she can get on the floor and off the floor very easily. And here she is with these professional dancers, these professional ballerinas, but because they're strong, they have strong muscles and can keep everything graceful. And then like two of them could come over and help lift her into the air and keep it as part of the dance, part of the music, and have it, you know, be beautiful to watch. So this girl could get back to what she could do. And yeah, it was really nice to see. And the person who's a little person, you know, could do things like be lifted up really easily. And yeah, it was, yeah, you have So I sent the videos. So maybe, I don't know if we could watch them together, or I know this is basically a radio show right now, but are we on, did we also get ourselves onto TV? Emily, yeah.
I can see what I can do about sharing the info.
Mhm.
But anyway. But yeah, I was gonna say, I think anybody could really do anything they put their mind to, even if it may need to be maybe tweaked slightly to do what
Yeah, that's
do it, but
Yeah, that's so true. Like I said, we didn't have any rhythm, know how to do anything, and they taught us and we learned. And by the end of the session, we ended up, playing some drums. So like you said, working together, people teaching you, you'll be amazed. Cause even though we were given the fundraiser, we had no idea we was gonna be doing drums. And all of a sudden they brought them in and we learned something new. Because it wasn't part of the program. It was a surprise.
How many people were you on your team?
At the event, it was around 50 people in this mansion. And so they kind of like the host of the mansion didn't tell us like the program. And then so this drum group brought in like 50 drums because she knew the people count, and we all had drums. Some of us had 2 drums, so they would make us go off beat, on beat, and to teach us about rhythm. It was totally amazing. Just like she said, anyone can learn if you're being taught. And I never played drums at all, like how the tribal guys do it. And it was
That
so
would
cool.
be amazing.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask, did somebody videotape this?
Yeah, we got it on videotape. So we definitely got the tapes. I can send the links out. It's so funny because we had a deal last year in Sedona, and they actually did, the tribe brought in some folks to do a rain dance, and it actually rained. And we have that on video. It was beautiful, sunny, and they actually did a rain dance, and it actually rained, and we got it on video. So yeah, unbelievable.
Amazing.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
All right, because I had to share too that 2 things. One, in Ecuador, where my friend lives, the mountains were on fire, and my friend was crying because it's beautiful, like farm that she created, and the people came into the valley. There were a lot of expats, and they did a rain dance, and they were chanting. Well, I didn't know Yoho Rengekyo, and they were chanting and dancing, and the same thing happened. It started to rain when they got together and did that and put out the fires. And
wow.
Also, someone from Brazil, what he did is he went to, in the middle of like a mall kind of place, but he did this outside. He said, I'll bring people into this area if you can give us money to donate a drum. And then he put an ad saying people can come and drum for free, learn how to drum for free. And he did the same thing with Brazilian kind of music beats. Had us all, gave us all our parts to play, and all of a sudden we're part of this amazing drumming performance all together. So I know exactly what you're talking about, and you feel like, wow, I'm doing this, I'm part of this music, and it sounds good. Yeah.
That's exactly right. And you know what they were telling us, that the drums was made out of like animals that had passed away in their skin. So they were reusing the drum with all these different animal skins that where the animals had passed away, and the spirit, that like almost like recycling that animal just didn't die in vain. The skin was used to make these drums because the people actually were drum makers and drum teachers. So it was a total unbelievable experience, just like what you said, epic. It was epic.
Thank you so much for sharing. My phone's about to discharge, and I should I should keep moving from where I am, but I'm so glad to be here and be with you guys
Well, thank you.
once again.
Appreciate what you said and the experience that we talked about, like you said, in Ecuador and the Brazil, and what I just learned from the Hopi and Navajo reservation in Arizona. Amazing.
And I sent Emily some videos of the dance performance and the music, but I don't know how to share it more than that. We're gonna figure it out though, right, Emily?
Oh yeah, Kurt and those guys can figure it out and send us the links.
Yes.
Kurt and Susan. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep, yeah, we'll
Thank you.
figure it out and share them out to those who would like to see them, so.
Uh-huh. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I'm not sure who I'm talking to.
This is Leon from the Clean Water Foundation.
Ah, thank you, Leon. Yeah, I thought so.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you. I look forward
we've
to
talked
talking.
before in the past. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
We'll talk more again. Thank you,
Oh
Leon.
yes. Okay.
Leon. Bye,
All right.
Leon.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Emily.
Bye, Barbara. Thank you for coming. All right. Kevin, any your thoughts? I thought that was awesome.
Yes. What a great show you had, Emily. What a wonderful show.
And thank you. Thanks, Emily. And to you too, Leon.
Yeah, thank you. And thank the Disability Network for inviting us to be on the show.
Yes.
Yeah, both of you.
Yes.
Yeah, because I
Well,
know
if
the
you
last
guys-
time I was on the show, I ran into a guy who was on the show. His house had burnt down in California, and we're doing a water project in Maui. And he reached out to the people that we're working with who lost their homes on how to help them go through the steps of overcoming that. Matt, he was on the show the last time I was on the show, and he reached out to some of those Maui victims to talk about how he did planting roses and making a comeback and, helping them through the trauma. So this is a serious, powerful show.
Well, I'm glad that I was actually a part of it, and I want to say thank you for Emily for inviting me last week.
You're welcome. I'm not sure, Kevin, if you wanted to sort of introduce yourself to Leon. I don't know if we got that far. I know Leon's.
Yeah, I think Leon came on after I was finished. Yes, I run a company called Optimal Performance Academy, and essentially what I do is I operate my business as basically as a school for entrepreneurs. So people who are solopreneurs or industry experts, let's say a real estate agent or a coach or trainer, maybe they're a yoga instructor, and they're looking to try to build their business. My goal is to help them do that through one of our coaching programs or consulting programs, or we also have live. It's not live. We have online classes that we market as well. So at the moment, I have like 18 different courses that people can take, and I'm working on trying to get 2 more created here in the next week or so. So so my whole goal is to, or my goal right now is to, and I've been running the business for about a year and a half. My first goal is to help 1,000 people to break the 6-figure income level for their business. So I feel that if you hit the 6-figure income level, then you are pretty much an established business, and you can grow from there. But it's when if you're only making 10 or 15,000 per year, and maybe you're working a day job, then that business is not going to be able to sustain you. However, if you get the education to bring your business to that level, then at that point you can decide you want to stay at your job, leave your job, go part-time, or whatever it is that fits whatever your business goals and personal goals are.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, because I'm working with some private equity companies because they're working with opening up water stores across the United States, and a percentage of their profits go to the Clean Water Foundation, because we're a 501c3 nonprofit, to purchase water units for the Hopi, Navajo, and children around the world. So as they open up these stores, they may need some of your expertise, because they're planning on opening up like these water, coffee, juice bar stores, and they'll be in like airports, college campuses, and malls, like kiosks. So yeah, they may need some assistance from what you're doing to get to that level as they open up these locations.
And I agree with that, because when I lived in Vegas, there were 2 or 3 different water stores that I would go to, depending on what part of town I was in, and I always carried around 4 glass 1-gallon containers, so that the plastic wouldn't leach into the water. And the water stores sold purified water as well as alkaline water. I don't see that around here in Raleigh. It may not be something that's caught on being on the East Coast, but I know on the West Coast, those were very viable businesses. And you're buying water, like alkaline water, for like $1.50 a gallon, which is not bad. And
exactly.
And you pick whichever level of alkalinity that you want, like 9.5, 9, or like I said, purified water. So yeah, I'm all about that. Yeah, and I would like to see more of that, like out here in Raleigh. That would be cool.
Yeah.
If they would come out this way.
Yeah, because with the private equity company that I'm working with the people that they setting up in the stores, they're looking at going all over the United States. So we should definitely stay in contact, because I think they're going to be launching in the next 60 days, and they're going all across the U.S. So we should definitely, like I said, my website is www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. My phone number is 206-228-6836. Give me a call. We should talk, or I can hit it out. I'll send it to you in the chat right now.
Okay. And I'm putting my stuff in the chat as well.
Yeah, and we can because I think they probably need your expertise on putting these locations together. I just sent you my personal email, and I'll send you my phone number too. And I just got your phone number. This is perfect. Hold on for 1 second, and let me know if you got.
And I see your email, and before we go, I will save the chat.
Okay, perfect. So yeah,
I'll put a calendar link.
See, Emily has done it again. We just did, like the last time, the deal on with the Maui fires, and we had a gentleman on Emily's show that had dealt with fires from California, and he was helping the Maui people out, Matt. So yeah, now with you on teaching entrepreneurs how to be successful in their businesses and how to take those courses, that's going to be great. Yeah, because like I said, I'm dealing with a private equity company that's setting entrepreneurs up on these water, juice, and coffee kiosks to go all across the US, and they're looking at about like 4,000 stores. So yeah, pretty cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, one of my courses that I have that they probably want to take a look at is called Writing Effective Business Plans. So if they don't have a business plan yet, I have a course on it for them to show investors, what are the numbers of running a business, so they could actually raise possibly even more venture capital or angel investors.
That's great, because that's what they're looking for. That's what those investors looking for, is scenarios like that.
Well, exactly, because the investors are going to know that they've done the research, and that the business that they're thinking about is a viable business that does have a rate of return, as well as like what is their 1 year, 3 year, and 5 year projections.
Yep, that's exactly right. So yeah, I'll definitely pass that information on, because like I said, they're looking at opening up about 4,000 of these kiosks across the US.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me go ahead and I'm going to copy that discovery session that I just put in there. I'm going to take off that part, and then I'll put down where all my online classes are located.
Okay, and you got my email because I sent you my email. So when we get off
Yes,
the show, you could just email me all the information, and you got my phone number too, and we'll connect that
right.
up.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Well,
Emily,
Emily, thank
you're
you for
amazing.
bringing Leon and myself together. Maybe maybe we're going to start a beautiful business practice here together.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, I'm glad we're able to get the two of you on the same show today.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Emily, you're magic. I told you that last time.
Well, I just do what I can do, so.
Hey, you're doing a great job. Because like I said, I'm still talking to our folks in Hawaii because they're building homes. The group I'm with, but Matt, who was on your show, who was talking to the Maui City Council, about the next steps and what you go through when you have a devastation like that. And he has some great insight. And so we all connected up on LinkedIn. We had a conference call. And now I'm working with a group that's building homes over in Hawaii, and we're actually putting water units in schools for the kids, and they can bring the water home because they do have an issue with water, with that benzene in the water from those fires in Maui. So we actually we're making custom made water units, and we fundraise to send some water units over there to the schools.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and it all happened on Emily's show.
Well, there's also things that you may also want to consider if you don't have water filtration on your house. I mean, I'm talking about the big unit in the garage where the water comes in, instead of just having the filter on the kitchen sink. Is that if you don't have one on the house and you want to have the one in the kitchen sink, there's something else that you may definitely want to consider, and that's going to be some kind of a shower filter. Because
Yeah.
your skin is the biggest organ on the body. If you don't want to drink the water, but you're showering in the water, that doesn't you're only doing half the job.
Yeah, the shower filter is very important. We even
Yep.
have a filter from some of the manufacturers because we have the manufacturers working with us.
Mhm.
That where you can brush your teeth with a certain filter and wash your face with a certain filter and have the shower filter. And then the shower filter takes out all the chlorine chemicals.
Mhm.
It also takes out contaminants and viruses, just like the kitchen sink when you're drinking from the water. Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually had the manufacturers put a deal like that together also. But we, first, because we got to take baby steps. So the first thing is to get them drinking water. Then we
Exactly.
can go to step 2 to say, okay, here's a shower filter because of your skin and that kind of thing. But the main thing right now is the drinking water, because right
Now,
now all the water is contaminated.
do you guys do any kind of a full house water filters?
We
Like,
don't
something
do
that's right off.
we don't do full house. We just basically, because we specialize in disaster and relief, and it's a lot of
Okay.
homes on the Hopi reservation with no running water. So we bring in
Okay.
gravity feeding water units because they don't have like the typical home. So in our disaster relief package, you're looking at a home that don't even have a bathroom. Say they got to go to an outhouse in certain countries, or no washing station. So we put together washing stations. We put together gravity feeding water units, because that's why they got hit with COVID the most, because of the fact they didn't have, washing stations to wash their hands,
They couldn't clean.
bathrooms. So they got hit the hardest out of everybody because you couldn't, bottom line, wash your hands, So we bring in those kind of filters. So we don't do whole home because we're disaster relief, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you're building homes, then and they're all going to be hooked up to the public water, then that's something that you could probably just put on the home as part of the features of building the home.
Yeah, the only thing is that the ones that's building the homes, you got is like to the bare, so they can't have those amenities in it because it's just the basics. So
Okay.
basically, we're gonna put a water unit like in the kitchen, and it'll be a mobile one. So if an earthquake or hurricane happen, you can go out in the streets, get a bucket of water, put it in the gravity feeding unit, and you got water and don't have to wait for FEMA to get to you. So it'll be just the basics for right now on what they're on the group that I'm working with. Yeah.
Okay, and I get that, because if you're doing it like you said, like the Indian reservation, or people are living in tents because they got hit by a hurricane or a fire or whatever, then yeah, I could definitely see where the gravity feed, because you're drinking potentially contaminated water, and then just filtering it out there.
Yep.
So
exactly, and you can move it around with our units. That's why we doing the mobile and not a whole home, unit that's installed in a home, but
Right.
we got the mobile units that, hey, I can take this unit to my neighbor or take it down the street or travel with it. That
Right.
kind of
I get
stuff. Survival, like in that CBS survival, we got the survival units.
Okay, because when I was in Vegas, I worked in real estate, and they had the saltwater filters as well as the filter. It was completely enclosed, and those were about 5 feet tall. But the salt filters were very common in Vegas. But you had to go buy that, the $20 50-pound bag of salt or 40-pound bag of salt every so often. But my first experience with water filtration was in 1999 when I started my first business, which was in a network marketing company. And that was through a company called Equinox International, was shut down in 2000.
I remember Equinox.
And they have air filters, water filters, shower filters, and then they also had homeopathic, I don't want to call them medicines, but homeopathic things, or pills, and I guess you just call them supplements or nutrients that you would buy. And in 99, 2000, I bought my dad a shower filter because I just wanted him to be clean and safe. When he passed away in 2021, I was going through his bathroom, in the master bathroom, and I saw the shower filter under the sink, never got taken out of the box. So I took, I said, since my dad passed away, we're selling all of his stuff. I brought that home, and that's what I'm using right now on my shower. It's a triple pass shower filter, which is about maybe 6 or 7 inches long, because the water comes in, and it comes in toward the front of the unit, and then it goes back. Then it goes back in like a 3-stage path, and it comes off the, and then it comes out of the wherever the shower head.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So I'm literally now, I've been showering with filtered water for almost 2 years now. But the thing is, that thing sat in a box for 21 years. So I don't know how good it is. I'm assuming it's still good, but I'm assuming the carbon fibers don't degrade.
Right. And just found out when you got to change the filter. But by it being you, it's just like our water filters. We can put a water filter in a home, but that water filter can last, like you said, maybe 2 to 3 years, because if it's only one person using it, you don't have to change the filter to after 10,000 gallons of water has been used. So imagine a 10,000 gallons of water in a swimming pool. That's a lot of water for one person that's drinking, that have clean water. So those filters are that good that they actually last longer than the life expectancy. And so you can check when you need to change the filter, but by it being only you, I bet you that filter got a serious life, because normally those filters is designed for like our units, 50 people can drink water off of one filter.
Right. But this one here, I do know, I do recall that you can back flush the filter to get any of the contaminants out. So I may do that tomorrow, because like I said, it has been 1.5 years that I've been using it. But just back flush it. And and right, it's only one, sometimes 2 people in any one day that's going to be using it.
Yeah, that's it. Amazing. Yep. So yeah, unbelievable.
Well, Leon, and Emily, I do have to go. I have another appointment starting in like 10 minutes. I want to go and prepare for that. Leon, it's been great talking to you. I've already saved the chat in the chat. And for those who are out there in YouTube world that are listening to this, and we're talking about this chat, we don't know, you guys have no idea what we're talking about. My website I put in there is going to be at www.optimalpro.com. performanceacademy.org. And then you guys can go there, and through the menu on the top, you can see all of our courses that we're offering, our classroom, what I call the classroom, as well as the our free trainings that we do on Tuesdays. All of that is on the website. And again, that's optimalperformanceacademy.org. And I do appreciate, Emily, you bringing us together. Leon, definitely reach out to me tomorrow or Monday, and let's continue our conversation. Now, just to remind you, Leon, I am in Eastern time zone, so I'm 3 hours later than you. So if you're calling me at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the afternoon your time, that's 9 o'clock my time. I'm probably already going to bed. So just be aware, I'm 3 hours ahead of you.
I totally understand, because I talk to the East Coast a lot and around the world. So I will definitely make sure that I'm not calling you at 3 in the morning.
I appreciate that. Not everybody is time zone aware. I've been time zone aware for 20 years. So every time my colleague, somebody's like, what time zone are they in? And I try to calculate that. Like I know I'm not going to call you at 8 o'clock in the morning. My time.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was great talking to you. And my website is www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. And if anybody would like to make a donation for a water unit or volunteer, any artists on our next fundraisers that we get coming up, that would be great. Reach out to us. And, working together works. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's all about networking.
Yep.
All right. Well, guys, I'll see y'all next time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And hopefully this tornado, hurricane, whatever this thing that's out there is just about gone. So
yeah, I got my prayers in. I just seen it on the news that you guys are getting hit. I think they said 70-mile-an-hour winds was coming from the last report. So I definitely got the prayers in for you.
Yeah, what made landfall or started making landfall last night, and the eye of the tropical storm, I know it was just like east or just slightly east of Raleigh. So we know we've been getting a lot of rain, but it's more of a light rain. Honestly enough, I just used my umbrella for the first time in 20 years. I'm surprised it didn't fall apart. So. I mean, when I opened up that elevator, I opened up the umbrella. Like, I bought this before I moved to Raleigh, and to Vegas, and I moved to Vegas in January of 2004. So,
wow.
So it's
wow.
So it's lasted a day or two.
Exactly.
I've used it more times doing a talk for Toastmasters, because I was using it as a prop, as if it was a Civil War gun, just to give an image. Then I've used it as an umbrella.
That is super cool. Hey, you're very creative. I can tell you that. You're going to really help our entrepreneurs out a lot.
I used to do stunt work, and I was also a stunt coordinator and stunt performer, as well as a fight choreographer for stage. And yeah, you have to be very visual and trying to look at things from different perspectives. And I've been that way my entire life.
Wow. So, wow. Very impressive. I can't wait to get with you. Like I said, you'll be teaching our entrepreneurs a lot. And the company I'm working with, they're looking at, like I said, opening up 4,000 stores across the country. And I think if we can incorporate your class in that part of that program, I think that would be great. So let's definitely talk after this for sure.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay. Well, you have a great weekend.
Yeah, you as well. And I don't know what the weather's like in Seattle right now, but enjoy. Now that we're now in the fall season, which started 2 days ago. So
yeah, we had a beautiful day yesterday, and the day we're looking at is going to be raining later. So it's typical Seattle rain. That's our normal deal.
And here's the funny thing: in 1999, when I got downsized, I was working on the Y2K project as a computer programmer, my gig ran out in June, so I asked my boss about taking my 2 weeks of vacation, And what I ended up doing is this was June or July, I think it was early July of 1999. I went to stunt school for 3 weeks in Seattle, Washington. We were at University of Washington campus for the first 2 weeks for all of our hand-to-hand combat and stuff. And then we were out at the racetrack doing our precision driving on the last week.
Wow, wow, that's
So I've been to
amazing.
Seattle before. So
Okay.
it's a beautiful place.
It is. It is. Yep.
And I've been to that fish
Nope.
market where they throw the fish across the aisle to people.
Oh yeah, the Pike Place Market is famous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pike Place, yes.
the Pike Place Market is very, very famous. Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna connect up again, because like I said, I'm working with this company with the 4,000 stores. We definitely need to have you part of that. So let's connect up and see what's what. And maybe we'll be traveling together on some of these locations. Who knows?
It may be. I'm looking at my calendar. Are you free? How does your Monday look?
Monday, I have a conference call at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Is that fine? Okay.
I'm good around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time before our conference call at 2 with Hawaii.
I can probably do going by 2. You said 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah, I got a conference call with the folks in Hawaii at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
It's okay. So that's at 5 my time. I could call you maybe at 1:15. I'm getting a massage at 3 o'clock, or excuse me, I was talking Pacific time. I'm getting a massage at noon to 1, so it would be like 1:15 your time for me to call
That'll
you.
work. That'll work. Yeah, just give me a ring. You got my number. Give me a ring and we can talk.
Okay, I sure will.
Okay. And then I'll also put you on an email, like I said, with the group that's planning on opening those 4,000 stores. So maybe I'll get us all on a conference call too after we talk.
Now, my email is not in the chat, but if you want to, you see my email is just kevin@theoptimalperformanceacademy.org.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
All right,
Well,
Kevin.
everybody, I got a call in 5 minutes, so I enjoyed this conversation. Thank you, Emily, for bringing this all together, and Leon and Emily, you guys, and Kurt, if he's on here as well. All of y'all have a great weekend.
Okay, you have a great weekend also.
All right, thanks. Bye for
All
now.
right, bye-bye. Well, Emily, what a show.
Yeah, thank you, Lan. I'm glad I could was able to help you connect with Kevin.
Yeah, you've been doing it. Like I said, the Hawaii people, and then Kevin, and so the disabled disability network has been totally awesome. Yeah, yeah. How they say, working together works. And just when we thought it was great, it got even greater. You're bringing in the magic.
Well, thank you. Anything I can do to help, Lan.
Yep, yep. Well, I think it's probably getting towards, I have to leave shortly myself, but it's been a great show. And like I said, if anybody would like to join us on any of our Water for Children events, they can go to www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. Our latest projects right now is with the Hopi and Navajo Reservation in Arizona, to bring water units to their homes and to the schools. And we're putting on fundraisers. So if there's any artists out there would like to join us, they did say at the event they need a truck. And that's their organization is the Black Mesa Trust. But they did say if anybody would like to donate a truck so they can haul wood to keep their homes warm, they would appreciate it. And any donations, like I said, that is donated to us is a tax write-off because we are a 501c3. One water unit costs $150. 50 people can have drinking water. So yeah, we're just putting the word out there, and glad to be working with those guys and for them to trust us and accept us to, as they say, to tell the outside world their situations, because they are like catching cancers at 16 years old. The life expectancy for the average Hopi and Navajo tribe member is 47 because of the contaminated water that they're getting with the uranium and arsenic and other contaminants and viruses in their water. So they really need our help a lot. And all they do is just pray the Hopi for Mother Earth. That's their thing. They're the protectors of the earth, and we must protect the protectors. So if anybody can join us, please do get in contact with us. We really, really appreciate it. And we really appreciate you, Emily, Kurt, and Sue, for everything that you've done. And like I said, the Sedona event was a total success. We're planning on getting next year the Briars Patch. If anybody want to Google it, that's where our fundraiser will be next year. But we'll be doing a lot of fundraisers throughout Seattle and throughout Washington for the Hopi and Navajo and children around the world.
Awesome. Thank you, Leon.
Thank you, Leon.
Oh,
Thank
Marianne's
you.
on here. I don't know,
Yes.
where is she, man?
How's it going?
It's going. It's like over 100 degrees down here. So
Okay.
we're inside here. And I've been communicating with Suzanne. Sorry, I had to get off, but Suzanne and I received news, good news from the Ocean Cleanup Organization with Boynton Slat. And we want to dedicate the books to him. And she wants to do the dedication of Underwater Acts of Kindness to their organization. And then we would have in Cool Acts of Kindness, like a follow-up. What have we done in like the last, since 2015?
Okay.
And that would feature the characters. So we're using the NowSite AI to get some ideas and feedback. And Suzanne will get some ideas of how we want to create that. So, and we've had to change some fonts on the books too as well. I was on Happy Neighborhood Book Lovers on Thursday, and I got introduced to Yazine in India, who read the book. Several people read the books and gave good feedback and suggested some font changing. So I'm grateful I'm working with my Fiverr graphic designers to do that. And so it's going to be even more amazing. And so I like all the feedback. And that's what Suzanne and I were doing the last hour here. So glad that you had a great, successful event. We want to do another one for a singer in Hawaii who lost her home in Maui. A fundraiser here in the future on the podcast. So Leon, if you'd be kind enough to connect with her, to talk with her what we can do on this 2-hour show, to have her come on and sing, and have her Venmo posted with Emily's new chalkboard backgrounds. She has these amazing backgrounds of a chalkboard with everybody's events and everything, dates and times and everything that she shared in the beginning of the show. So we're just really making it happen here on the World of Ability. So we want to shine the light.
Awesome. I would definitely be honored to be a part of that show and to help the lady, like you said, with the Venmo for people to donate so she can get her home built, because, you know, that's devastating what happened in Maui. And if we don't help, they will easily be forgotten, just like what the Hopi leaders had told me and the Navajo leaders had told me, that if it's not people like us, they end up being the sacrificial lamb. And that was pretty heavy when they said that, because the outside world, as he called it, will forget you and don't know what's going on, because there's no one there to talk about it. Just like you just came on and said, hey, I got a lady, she lost her home and she needs some help. Well, if you wouldn't have said that, how would we know? So let's keep it going. I would be honored.
Yeah, so I know you're the coordinator of fundraisers, so we got the platform here with Emily, and she's interested, and she's doing a event at the Nico's Pier on the 26th at a restaurant there. So again, if you'd be kind to connect with her and explain that you're a promoter, and we'd love to bring her on the show, and we can get a flyer in the background with Emily, and if she can sing some Hawaiian songs and talk story, that would be an amazing show. And You know, this World of Ability now is a 2-hour straight show. So anybody performers that you know, Leon, can come in and sing and share their talents as well anytime.
Yeah, that's what I just said earlier. I was saying if there's any performers, anyone want to donate, even, you know, contact me, or like you said, contact the Disability Network. That would be awesome. I actually just made an announcement right before you came on, speaking on that subject. Yes, and anyone. I just was talking about also on the tribe, the Black Mesa Trust. The Black Mesa Trust is their nonprofit organization on the reservation, and they needed a truck to haul wood because they're warming their homes up with wood. You know, it's not like we have electricity. A lot of homes no electricity, so they're using wood to warm up their homes. So yeah, anybody want to join us, please do.
So how many filters did you bring to the Navajo?
We right now have about 40 filters for 40 homes. And the good part about that, they can share it, and each filter, 50 people can have clean, fresh drinking water. So that's like about almost 200 people with clean, fresh drinking water.
Wow,
Yep.
that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And we also did a drum session that they taught us about how to drum, and that was fun. And I talked about that on the show. And they basically told the whole history of how they got their water contaminated from the mining companies and how they just left. And now, you know, they're getting cancers at 16 years old. The average life expectancy is 47 because of drinking all that contaminated water. So they basically ended up being the sacrificial lamb.
Well, we got a lot of flooding going around happening worldwide, Leon. So we got United States with another hurricane, and so we got a lot of people. I don't know if you heard too, Atlanta was flooded, and we got Jasper going over there in October for
Yeah,
his event, the Afro Film Festival.
Yep, I've seen those emails, and we just had a gentleman on, Kevin. He's in the Carolinas, and he was talking about he wasn't hit yet, but parts of North Carolina is hit from the hurricane. So yeah, it's a lot of crazy things going on. The fires in Hawaii, the hurricanes, it's a lot of, you know, this climate change is no joke.
No, earthquakes in Libya, and
Yeah,
you know, fires in Greece. It seems
Morocco.
every
Yeah,
fires in Canada. It seems every country is being affected
being
somehow.
affected. Yep. Yep.
I mean,
So-
seriously, devastation, loss of lives, and yeah, it's just.
Well, that's why the Hopi and Navajo, and the reason we really want to pray for the Hopi tribe, because all they do is pray for Mother Earth. I mean, that's what they do. They don't have casinos, you know, because people say, why don't they? They don't believe in that. They just pray for Mother Earth. So they consider themselves the protectors, and we must protect the protectors. And that's why we're coming in, bringing them the water units, because that's all they do there. And they wouldn't want to see, as they say, mankind destroy the earth. So that's why they're praying, because they are really scared that what's going on could actually destroy the earth through mankind, as they say. So
Yes.
a lot of prayers is needed.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for always giving us updates. And again, congratulations on your events and your fundraising. We look forward to doing more, and look forward to writing our third book for climate change with Cool Acts of Kindness featuring Waterflow, the whale. We'll be creating Gyra Jenny is a robot with a heart puppet. With a wheel that will be able to travel around the world with Waterflow, the whale, with the ocean cleanup organization. So it's going to be exciting to sit down and write out these storylines with Suzanne.
Yes.
But It
Oh.
just, it gets better and better, and I'm glad we're all in communication with that, and we're gonna be doing great works, and again, we'll be able to put them on Amazon into 30 different languages in 2024.
Right on. Well, thank you for having me on the show, Emily. And like I said, if anybody would like to donate, join us, www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. Please join us. Please reach out to us. And like Mariana said, on helping Hawaii, the Disability Network, or you can contact us. Also, if you would like to perform or join us. So thank you very, very much.
You are very welcome. And to thank Leon, Kevin, Marianne, Barbara for coming on today. And remind everybody that, and well, thank you for anybody else who has tuned in. And to remind everybody, we are here every Saturday at the same time, 1 o'clock Central. And everybody is welcome to join us. And to please connect with me at podcastengineer54@gmail.com, as podcastengineer54@gmail.com. If you'd like to be on the show. And yes, until next time, wish everybody a safe and